Oh, because some stupid moron is cutting the grass.
Is the city cutting the grass or?
I have no idea who the hell's cutting the grass. Hey, what's up? We're live, I guess. Hey, what's going on? Good morning. Hey, hi. Some of us
No,
want to be awake. Not me. I want to be asleep. I mean,
I
because
don't.
I decided to read something last night that was boring as hell from the city, and it made me
Rui,
mad as hell.
Rui,
Made oh what? What are you yelling about?
Rui, oye Rui,
Ay, Ruby.
Rui. ¿No viste un libro que está matando
No.
gracia? Esa es su gracia suficiente, pero en español.
Oh no. He's gonna read Spanish. Great.
Actually, I'm glad you reminded me, Roman, when you said you were reading.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I was reading something, and it's all Susan's fault for bringing it up last night. All right. Well.
Aquí lo tenía arriba en un lugar.
Oh dear Lord,
Ayer
he's lost.
lo
He's
había mandado.
confused. It's
It's
okay.
crazy. Sorry, guys. I have a book that I'm going to send to Matamoros. Um, it's a
Through the
Spanish.
mail?
Well, actually, yes. It's a
Oh,
Spanish book. Tiene que estar aquí,
you're
por
gonna
favor.
who mails something to Matamoros from
Well,
Brownsville?
I'm not going to mail it to Matamoros. I'm going to go to Matamoros and mail it off to different parts of the country.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh,
It's one of these self-help books. It's
ah.
a church book. It talks about grace. Tiene que estar aquí porque
Have you
lo
ever
saqué.
thought about putting like a note in a
En
bottle and just throwing it into water in the ocean and see where it goes? I don't know.
tiene que estar aquí. Tiene que estar aquí. Ese que
Yeah,
está en español.
it's kind of like that song "Time in a Bottle."
It's called Grace is Greater.
That looks like a Pac-Man. Trump, Trump, Trump.
No, it's really an amazing book. I've actually read it like 4 or 5 times already.
Mhm.
I actually have it on audio. O sea, hay que buscarlo porque aquí tiene que estar.
You know, it was Jim Croce's last week. He like anniversary of his death.
¿En mi carro?
I don't know. I'm just
¿En mi carro?
randomly talking at this point.
Sorry, guys, but this is an amazing book. Again, I've read it 1,000 times, and I'm trying to figure out where I left the book. I had one in Spanish. This guy's coming in from Rio Bravo, and I said, "Yeah, I've got the book in Spanish." I ordered some on Amazon.
You want to leave the show so you can go look for it? No.
I
Okay.
mean, if I don't get
I'll
to
try.
send,
I'll try to remind you about it when we leave the show. To go look for it.
oh well, I got to look for it. But it's a great book. It's just amazing, and
Hmm.
it talks about how grace is important. And I got it's kind of weird. We could do a little bit of church talk, right? I got a
Not
call.
really. I'm just kidding.
I got a call yesterday from someone that says, "Hey, I'm going through a lot of the stuff because I post on my church page about a lot of the struggles that we have with well, it's like y'all in y'all's in the Catholic Church. You got these people in the higher ups that they think that they're holier than thou, and
Hmm.
that the rules that apply to thee do not apply to me. It's one of the things that I find so amazing about church going is that it's so similar, Roman, to politics. It's
It
just
is.
like identical to politics, and the same characters that you see out there in the political world is the same characters you see out there in the religious world. And that's what's unfortunate because supposedly they're supposed to be, kept at a margin, a separation of church and state.
You
Same
think?
thing.
I mean, look what happening in Rome and my. Oh, well, I'm a Catholic. You're not, and my Catholic church being run by a bunch of leftist socialists, and you
Yeah.
know, and
But
then you have these little German little priests over there that have already been told, hey, stop blessing certain same-sex marriages or blessing all that stuff, and the Pope has told him don't do it, and he's kind of like, it's okay, you can do it
yeah,
because he's totally okay. He hadn't said anything, but God forbid you have
sort of had.
American Catholics who want to do the traditional Latin Mass because they believe the Latin Mass is more, it calls them more than the Novus Ordo Mass.
He's
And no,
been
you're
probably
evil. You're dead. You're horrible. You
he's
stop
probably
talking.
been one-
Talking about that dead mass. The
he's probably been
Latin's
one
a
of the
dead language. Hmm?
most leftist popes that y'all have ever had.
He's a horrible, horrible pope. I don't know how he's
Can
still
you,
alive. He had the one freaking lung.
can you actually say that about the Pope?
Yeah, why? I'm wondering why. I'm wondering why. It's not like why can't I wonder how he's still alive because he only
No, no,
had
no.
one lung?
Can you actually say that he's a horrible Pope
Yes,
about your?
we've had horrible popes. We had a lot of bad popes in history. He's just another one.
Huh?
Why wouldn't I say that? He's a man. He's not God.
How could you say he's a horrible Pope?
Because he
I,
is. He's a horrible pope. I don't
I
care.
kind of like him despite
I
of his view.
I I have no problem telling my compadre I think he's a horrible pope. I mean, he's calling the synod next month. It's going to be a month long where they're just going to be talking about stupid stuff because they think that they're speaking for the Catholics who have actually gone to these little meetings that I guess you would be against, and they're talking about different stuff because that all he cares about leftist stuff, and he's going to release another part two to his stupid little Laudato Si where he quotes himself, which is so weird. I don't know. I just don't like this guy. I didn't like him when he was chosen. I didn't. I don't understand. I still don't know how or why the previous pope decided to resign. I don't know if he was pressured to resign because of a certain.
The guy that looked like the Star Wars guy.
Yeah, Emperor Palpatine looking guy. He was cool, dude. He actually was smart,
That's it.
knowledgeable. Anyway, it is what
But
it is.
they made him resign.
Yeah, a
But you see,
certain the
that's why
certain cartel mafia looking thing within the church. Yeah.
that's why I say that a lot of the things that exist, Ratzinger, a lot of the things that exist in politics are the same thing that exists in church world. So this girl
Mm-hmm.
calls me yesterday and
Mm-hmm.
starts going like, "Hey, I'm being pressured not to sign with Televisa and Univision." She's a reporter, and I said, "Well, why?" She goes, "Well, because mi culpa por mi culpa, because." Because the church leaders, they're saying that Christians shouldn't be involved in the media and in politics and stuff. And I go like, they're crazy. Stop listening
Are they
to.
gonna? They want to do the Cristero War all over again in Mexico? Okay,
Well, yeah, I don't know. They're crazy.
it's
I'm
disgusting.
like,
It's horrible.
stop listening to these people. They'll drive you nuts. They'll drive you crazy. I stopped listening to those folks a while back and started to do my own thing in the church room. So
Mhm.
whereas I'm one of those that look, if you've been abused, mistreated, ignored by a lot of the higher ups in the church, no matter what church, could be even by with Catholics, come on over. We'll work on it together
Okay, that's awesome.
because I'm
Anyway,
amazing.
I just want to be mad. You just made me mad already. I'm already mad because of what I read from that stupid report from the city. Is horrible. We'll
Which one
talk about that.
on
The
what
capital
report?
improvement thing fee slash tax. They did an actual capital report by some engineering firm. I guess I don't know how much money they paid them to do this report. And
Well,
it's
that's
what
like,
Susan was talking about last night and how they want to charge people more money in fee slash taxes, which it's a tax on top of their new development. So if they build a new house or a new storefront or whatever, something new that had not been taxed before, um, you will have to pay more money when you're building it because of the impact it does to the roadway. And when you look at the report, they break up the city or the city limits. I want to say 17, 19 areas. I think it's 19 areas. And they have these chunks of area like the VICC area, that part of Ruben M. Torres and that area of there is area 3. And then you have area 4, I want to say, I think it's area 4 is the Brownsville Country Club and part of Hudsonville and Palo Verde or whatever it's called. That part is area 3, and then you have area 1, which is like way the f towards the boonies over there by the sanctuary, the Palm Sanctuary, which is part of the city. And so they have all these little areas, and each area will have a different fee that a person or an entity will have to pay. And so they also in that fee they say, well, you're going to get a credit somehow, a credit in certain areas. You'll get like up to 50% credit. So some areas will be paying $6,000 a servicing unit, but you only have to pay 3,000. But what pisses me off, and I'm going to say pisses me off, is when you look at like area, what they consider area two. They put area two as combining like half of Southmost and downtown into area two, and they will be paying a shit ton more money, like 1,000% more money than somebody who's building a new entity, a new property, or a new whatever building or house in the Brownsville Country Club or the VICC area, which
Why?
is insane because they argue that because you live in a different part of town, either the roads need to be fixed differently, or it has to do with the amount of traveling that you have to do to go to another part of town. And so for whatever reason, they think that in downtown or in Southmost, which is combined area two, you travel more to stuff.
No.
So you're going to be paying. I think it was like $3,600, and then they have you give you a credit. But after you do the credit, you still owe $2,500. So you build something per servicing unit, it's going to be $2,500 in downtown and Southmost. But if you live at the VICC or in the Brownsville Country Club, it's going to be $200. So to build something new over there is $200 tax fee, but it's going to cost you $2,500 per servicing unit in Southmost or downtown. Insane, ridiculous. Why are they punishing? Why? So what they're saying is that's you buy a house in Brownsville, it's falling apart and in Southmost, and it's falling apart, and you want to build a new house. It's going to cost you $2,500 per servicing unit to build that new house than if you would have done an empty lot or whatever in the BICC or Brownsville Country Club. That's ridiculous.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're supposed to be more centralized in Southmost, right? Because you're inside the city. So how exactly are you costing more money by doing the traveling, the driving and stuff? It's ridiculous. It's just obscene. And when you read more into the report, it talks about some of the roads that we're going to be using this money to fix. Some of the money we're going to. So one of them is the East Loop. And what upsets me about the East Loop part is that's not going to be the city building the East Loop. We're going to get a crap ton of state money coming in to build the East Loop, because the East Loop is going to be funded by the Cameron County Regional Mobility Authority / the RGV Metropolitan Planning Organization, that we all got together. Remember, I don't know if you remember this, but we got Brownsville, Harlingen, McAllen, we all got together in this big RGV MPO because we were going to get billions of dollars, a whole bunch of more money, and some of that money was going to go to build the East Loop. But the geniuses in our city are arguing, no, we're going to pay for it because we're going to do this impact fee thing, and so we're going to charge you a whole lot more money, Southmost, so you can get your East Loop. And the city of Brownsville to pay for this new road we're going to build for you. Never mind that you have State Representative Aaron Gomez, who is on the Transportation Committee in the Texas House of Representatives. You have Terry Canales, who's the chairperson from the Valley, and he's the chair of the Transportation Commission. We're getting billions of dollars from the state for all these new roads, and yet they want to charge this study. They made this study, and they want to charge you more money to build new stuff in our city. That's ridiculous. It's insane. And I really hope, I doubt it because they're stupid, that people like Roy and Brian, maybe Brian will speak up, actually say something that has nothing to do with being gay. He'll speak up and actually defend the people of Southmost. But probably not, because he doesn't know unless Roy tells him what to think, right? And maybe, Roy, if you're watching, maybe you can explain why you think this is a good idea. Hopefully you don't think it's a good idea. Maybe because if you're in charge of the commission like Erasmo claims you are, maybe you will actually stop this from happening and occurring. I know people probably don't care. And they're like, oh, this guy's like, oh, why is Captain Bob so weird? Like, no, whatever. Like, this is actually important stuff. It affects the growth of our city. But they don't care. It's gentrification is what it boils down to. because only certain people are going to want to do that. Little Mermaid. Is that the woke mermaid one? You're muted. Can't hear you. Hmm.
They brought me a shirt.
That's great. Congratulations.
Bye.
Oh, woke shirt. I just hope that people will take the time to read the 275-page thing. I didn't read the whole thing because more than I want to say about 2/3 of it was just chart of each road they're going to do. Like, "Who? This is a new road we're going to fix for you. This is a new road we're going to do. This is a new road we're going to build for you." And it's like, great. So you're gonna, and this is their reasoning for, we need to charge you a new tax because you see other cities do this. Other cities in Texas have done this.
Well, isn't it always the argument like, well, it's happening everywhere else, and that we should just bring it to Brownsville,
Hmm?
isn't it?
What?
That isn't it always like the thing that, oh well, we saw this working in other city, and we want to bring this to Brownsville.
Well, maybe it is working in other cities. I don't know why it'd be working in other cities. I don't know. Is this working? Because one of the places that they did this was in El Paso. The other one was Farmers Branch, and the other one was Arlington. Those were the three cities that they named. And I'm sure there have been other cities in Texas that have done this. I think it's ridiculous. I do think it's funny that it's El Paso who did it, considering that that's where Beto O'Rourke is from. And I think when he was on the city commission, they were all upset about some of the development that happened in his city. But hey, you know what probably happened is somebody like Helen or somebody went to a conference. Helen or somebody there at the city went to the conference and, oh, look what we learned today. Maybe we should do a study and we can charge people more money to build stuff. Ooh, because we need more money, new money.
Maggie's
What?
kicking Maggie's kicking ass and taking names. Keep her name out of your mouth, Roman.
Oh, calm down. Calm down. Calm down, Will Smith. Calm down.
Uh, Let me tell you, truth be told, I appreciate what Maggie's doing. Actually, it's a little bit helps with my burden, so I appreciate that. But they're all new to the game, baby, and we've been fighting the system that is for a while now, and I understand that it's a difficult road to take, and I'm very very glad and proud that she's on that road. But anyone out there that thinks that we are inconsequential to what is now being affected in BISD or the city or county, then they haven't been around for a while.
Mm, mm. Well, I mean, what Janet is saying, we need a bigger. You're right. We probably do. I would have probably wanted not to build all that new parking that they built at Sam Stadium, and I would have preferred building a whole new stadium, because that stadium is so hot.
They can't tear it
It
down.
Yeah, or you know what? Not use it. Go someplace else and use it. Maybe build it over there, and where they only want to charge you $200 per servicing unit.
Well, it's crazy, but Sam Stadium was one of those conundrums because it's very difficult to build to add on to it because of the structure,
Mm.
and it's really horrible for. It was just done in a way that's kind of weird, Roman. It's kind of horrible for the home team because you've got the home team on this side where when games are being played like on Friday nights, the sun hits
But yeah,
hits your
it's ridiculous. It doesn't
horribly.
happen like that anywhere else. I don't think there's anywhere else in the valley where the home side is facing the sun. It's horrible.
Horrible. So I think it was kind of, and then one of the things that was going to happen, I don't know if it's still going to happen. Over here where the on Elizabeth Street, they were
Mm.
going to have the entrance coming in, behind the sign, which also looked kind of weird, because of that billboard, the scoreboard. It was just
The
like,
the 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 Coach Joe Memorial scoreboard,
yeah, you
the
were
gift
going
that
to
keeps on giving.
yeah, you were going to walk in and just see the back of the scoreboard. It the aesthetics were horrible. I mean, really,
Mm.
the only viable entrance is at the side. the side entrance where we enter now.
Mm.
But in regards to planning, individuals, the home team, get the shorter end of the stick. So they thought, well, we'll just move the home side to the other side, but then you have to restructure everything else, and you cannot build because they have those trails, hike and bike trails, right next to it, so you can't touch those. So
God forbid, you know. Oh, I'm pretty sure they're going to use the roadway, you know, to build more sidewalks and more of those things. Yeah.
you just can't do it. It's not going to happen. But I think one of the things that I think a lot of people don't take into consideration is that, guys, we could have had something greater if you would take all those little sports park and little sports thing here and sports thing, and you put all that money together. You're talking about a good 100 $120 million that have been divided into little pet projects throughout the city. Instead of having something nice, we got 15 mediocre things. Even the sports park is mediocre. It's chafa mediocre.
No, I think the sports park was wastefulness, but it is what it is. I mean,
And going back,
you have one side, right? It's only one side of stadium, big ass stadium, and then you have like a tiny, like 3 rows on the other side. How are you going to ever have events that way? I have no idea.
sorry,
Sorry.
Erasmo, she's better than you. The BIE stuff. I'm great. I'm okay with that. But I'm okay with that. Um, I disagree a little bit, but yeah, more power to you.
I wouldn't know. The woman had me blocked. To be able to honestly tell you, but previously didn't care for some of the stuff that she was saying that was inaccurate. But whatever.
Yeah, as the I respectfully disagree, but you can have your opinion. That's fine. City of Brownsville has
Mm.
always neglected the poor side of our city. Where do you see potholes in the country club or most? Well, let me tell you, the country club is ghetto. Brownsville Country Club has become so ghetto.
But it's only
Let
going
me
to
tell
cost
you.
you $200 to build something new there
Well,
per
again,
servicing unit.
favors to them, but hats off to them. But have you been down those roads down Brownsville Country Club?
I think they're finally fixing them.
They're fixing
I
one. Oh
think they
yeah.
find one of them. I think yeah,
The,
like the
the
road in front of Susan's place where you almost have to like a jigsaw like you're playing Frogger trying to drive
to
through
avoid
that.
the potholes. Was it
Yeah.
was that name of that street? San
San
Marcelo? Not San
Marcelo?
Marcelo.
No, the other one.
No.
Oh,
Marti,
Marti.
no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Marti. Yeah, Marti
That
Boulevard
road.
or something.
Yeah, that looked like the southmost roads. And
Yeah,
Matamoros.
no. But they're currently fixing that road.
Yeah, they are.
It's currently fixing that
But it was
road.
horrible. But you say the country club, it's not what it used to be. The stadium should not be our first priority.
Yeah, there's some truth to that. However, when you spend, and I was having this conversation with some people because you see, I'm originally from Westaco, and I don't know if you knew that, but I'm originally from Westaco, and you know, sometimes we get people from Westaco to come to our stadium, and they know who I am, and you know, we go back, you know, going back. It's like, why does your stadium billboard suck, Roman? And they're like, hey, mine, I didn't make it. And I have to explain to them, you know, that our billboard, the one at Bobby Lackey Stadium, it's the same age as the one that we have here in Brownsville. And then there was a
Yep.
huge fight over it, and it's old tech compared to the one in Brown in Westaco. I go to the games in Westaco at least twice a year, and the stadium is
The one in
gorgeous. And
Westaco is way better than ours, and I think it costs like half of what ours costs.
I don't remember the exact price, but it was
Cheaper.
that's actually, and it's bigger and it's newer tech, so it's gonna last longer.
Yeah, and size matters, Roman.
It does apparently, yeah. I mean, it's never been used properly at our city at our school. You still have like blocks of black stuff sometimes that comes in, like some of the pixels don't work, and it's like ridiculous. But
Well,
hey,
the other thing about Sam Stadium is that the the architect, uh, the guy, the architect that architected the building. I don't know what it's called. That designed the building, the Sam Stadium, is like
mhm.
one of like like famous or something or well known, so well known that I don't know who he is, but he's one of these. He's done like five something. It's historical. So you fall into that. Well, it's historical, and you can't do anything with it. You know, You really
The
can't
only
do
way you
anything.
can do something with it if it starts falling apart. But I don't like the layout. I think it's too flat. Like when you look at it, some stadiums are like up, so like doesn't matter where you sit, you can actually see the thing. But ours is like almost far away. Like
Yeah,
it's not high enough. The highest peak is not very high.
no. If you get a tall,
It's
fat
ridiculous.
person in front of you, you're screwed.
Yeah, and get this, at this ridiculous stadium, you can sit, I guess, anywhere you want to in the general admission, and you can buy your tickets at the gate. But if you want to buy a ticket and you want to sit in those chairs that have the back seat, that if you're fat you're screwed because you can't really fit in there. But regardless, if you want to buy those, you can only buy those online. You can't even pay for that ticket there at the gate. And it's like, well, why not? It's like, well, no, you have to do it online. Well, why? Why should I have to do something online? And the
Bullshit.
whoever the vendor is that we're paying to handle the online stuff gets a piece of the action there. I think too, because you have to pay like an added fee in order to buy that. It makes no sense. But hey, it's the geniuses at BISD that allow for this crap to happen.
Well, yeah, and again, one of the things I want to make sure we're not dogging on the current administration. It's just been
Well,
constant.
no, because this is a new thing. This is a new thing. You used to be able to buy a ticket, an
Oh,
actual physical
no,
ticket to be able to park in there. I mean,
I'm
to
talking about
park your butt.
the
Oh,
structure
this.
and the
Oh, yeah,
construction,
the
all this stuff.
instruction. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, your ticket thing, yeah, it's kind of stupid. But I think it's been like that for a while. I mean, I never had an inkling clue how to buy those tickets anyway. When I was
No,
a little
no. I
boy,
used to be able to buy those tickets. The little back, the backbenchers or the whatever they call it. Maybe Janet would know what they're called. If you want to sit in those little precious seats, you used to be able to buy a ticket to be able to, hey, I'm going to pay an extra dollar to be able to have a thing on my back. I'll do it. I'll be comfortable. And I like that also because there's a bar between you and the rest of them. So it almost feels like, hey, I'm more special than you. Like your friends at the church that, hey, I'm holier than you. So I'm actually, hey, get out of here. And then when you sit in those, they have a special security guard in the bottom so that it keeps out people. I'm not gonna call it like a border wall, but it's pretty darn close.
well, let me
Next
tell
thing you
you.
know, you're gonna have razor wires on the side so people will want to jump over. No, you can't get electrocuted or whatever. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can get those big old orange balloons like the governor has for the river to keep people the riffraff. You got to keep the riffraff out of those special seats.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
go
100%.
down, peasants. The scoreboard speakers don't work, and haven't got a couple of haven't worked for a couple of years. Yeah, that sounds horrible. It's kind of weird because you go to a game and it kind of sounds like you're at the airport. At 5:42, no $10. You're like, what?
It's because you're getting old.
The good thing about being in Brownsville, flying out of Brownsville, is that there's only like two flights the whole day. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, oh,
It's
they're talking
easy.
about my flight, of course, because it's small. You can only have 4 to 6 people in there at a time, and hot, very hot. The
And can
kitchen,
I tell you the food is not great? Like there isn't a single school that has good food that's in stadium. And no offense to whoever's making it, but when you go to another game, you're gonna get fajita tacos. You're gonna get kettle corn in some stadiums.
yeah.
You're gonna get funnel cake. You're gonna get we don't even get tamales at these games here in South. You would think that we would have that stuff, but don't get me wrong. I picked the crap out because I'm
Well,
gonna eat.
the food is usually the band boosters, or some football boost,
Yeah,
some
and I'm
boosters.
probably yelling on me.
Be nice some Kinos and
I
Western
will. I buy stuff from them, but it's like, guys, where's
up
my
your game.
fajita taco? Up your game? Yeah, absolutely.
I
Maybe
think,
even a sausage taco. Even
yeah, you like
oh,
your sausage.
well, I'm just saying. I only brought up the sausage for you, Erasmo, because I'm sure you love that stuff. So
I love it. I think Paste outdid themselves because they would have uh elotes, good
oh,
stuff.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't been to a
Hold on.
pace game in a while then. But they
No,
got but they do the real good corn. I hope not the yellow corn, because sometimes you go to some of these uppity stadiums in Hidalgo County. They're oh, we have elote en vaso, and they give you the HEB canned version of the corn, the yellow sweet corn. It's like ugh, gross. That's not elote. That's not elote en vaso. What's wrong with you? That's insane. Okay, who the hell is texting me? McAllen has this one.
Brownsville will
It's
never
okay.
move forward unless we move forward on our political party. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
the VIP section,
I
Roman.
don't know why I say 100% now. It's like I used to say yes, but all of a sudden now I say 100%. It's not 99%. It's not 90%. It's 100%. Like why? Why do I have
So
to do math now?
why pass to have the chairs and restrooms updated if the stadium sucks? Didn't they pass some things saying BIZ was going to release millions to get it updated? I
Dun,
think
dun,
most of
dun.
it was on the outside. I mean, we actually spent millions on obtaining the property around it, the Landorf building, which I think that was actually a smart thing to do in regards to getting that property for something or other to do with that stadium. We can't get rid of the stadium. It's not like it's going to go to waste. I think that's more suited, Roman, for like track and field events, for track, for Olympics kind of stuff, not for football games. I think the one at Veterans is more suited for football games than the one here. So, but again,
Mm.
instead of having all these stadiums at the different campuses, maybe we should have focused all that money in making a huge stadium where you could have all types of games and
Mm.
graduation. Have something nice. But instead, we've got a nice stadium here, a nice stadium there, a nice stadium there, a nice stadium there, and I don't understand why. Because most of the games, Roman, you go to Sam Stadium to watch the games. You know,
Well, I mean, they have soccer. We're actually good at soccer in Brownsville. Well,
well,
I
yeah,
mean, look,
you still have that at the Sam Stadium.
yeah, I guess. But Porter games and Lopez games, I think they're at Lopez and Porter. But I think it's good that they got the parking. That is, I meant to say that earlier because the parking is going to allow more people to come in and potentially enjoy the game. Because that's a horrible thing to go there and you have to pay $5 or whatever to get parking at that apartment complex or one of those little businesses there or on the side of the road there, and at least they'll have some protection there and be able to park. Hopefully they get the entrance situated. I know I went like 3 weeks ago and they were renting lights for part of the new visitors parking spaces area, and so hopefully the lights already came in and looks better. Hopefully by I don't know when the new entrance is going to be done.
If the sports bar is really used, we have no big concerts like they said. Build a stadium, satisfy the yeah. And I don't know if you all remember. Do you? I don't know if you remember, Roman. You were kind of young back
I'm
then,
young, yeah.
but
I'm a
they
baby.
uh, they had the sports park, and then they booked this guy, this rapper guy or some black guy that was going to come and do a concert here. They paid him $50,000 and didn't show up.
Boys to Men, but
Was
it
it
really
boys?
wasn't Boys to Men.
Something like that. But you remember that they paid them and then they never came and they kept the money.
Ah,
You
it's
remember
like
that?
yeah, yeah. I think I vaguely remember that. It's kind of like, why does this happen in Brazil?
This
Does this
is
happen anywhere
crazy.
else? Like, does this happen anywhere else?
Well, it's like a constant, Roman. Like the guys the guys from this Aerotech taxi Jetson crap. They nos ven la cara de idiotas.
Mm.
They say, "Oh, we'll take your money," and then good luck.
It's just
That's what
it's
happened.
amazing. It's amazing.
It literally happened with a sports park. We paid like 50,000 some dollars for some concert,
Guy that wasn't even Boys to Men.
and then the guy didn't even come. His family.
Over the summer, we had a band that was the like Red Hot Chili Pepper, but it wasn't the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And so we called. We're gonna have the Red Hot Chili Peppers for the July
Yes,
4th concert, and I was like,
I
"What? For real? They're gonna
well,
be here in the valley?" And Brown's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" Like,
well,
yeah, it's totally. And I look on the little thing. It's like red not
Red
chili
not
peppers,
chili peppers.
and I'm like, guys,
You
that's an
can't make
N.
you cannot make this stuff up, Roman. Red
People
not
really
chili
believe that. Like people, like I called
red
for
not
like
chili
holy crap.
peppers. My God. State of
It's
management
hilarious.
should be priority because of football season and then other graduation years passed with major and community special aside. That's why the pack was to relieve. Let me just make this very clear. The pack was never going to be built in order to have graduation. And I think a lot of people have that misconception. The pack was never for graduation. The pack was only for performing arts.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
See,
Así, güey.
like
That's
it,
what
like
it,
it. Uh huh. like in Corpus, I know that the Selena Quintanilla Perez Bayfront Auditorium is like a kind of performing arts center, and that's used for some graduations.
Well, with the new parking area, it don't look so ghetto. It still
Mm.
looks. I mean, it still looks ghetto. It's just that it shouldn't be used for football.
Mm.
And I would dare say, Roman, maybe soccer would still be okay. It just should never be used for football.
I just don't like, I wish there was grass because I don't like artificial turf. I think
Real
we've
turf.
had it like in the NFL for sure, and in soccer. I mean, we had a player at the Rayados. No, you may not know this because you're not a Rayados fan anymore. You're a Tigre fan. You're a loser. You're a traitor. That's what you are. We had a player got hurt on artificial turf over in Seattle. Busted their ankle, and so we had a player from the Dallas Cowboys bust his knee or whatever. So it's like it's so I don't like artificial turf. So let's get rid of artificial turf. I know why we do it in Brownsville. I guess because we have one stadium and we if it rains that one day a year, it could ruin ruin the field and you have to maintain it. But I think it's safer for our kids.
Watching you
Um,
ignore me. I'm not ignoring people, and I know
who's saying that you're ignoring people?
I got a text. It's not that I ignore people. Let me tell you guys. Sometimes I know it sounds crazy. I have hundreds of text messages, inbox messages, and I'll show and what's up messages. I mean, I'm not. It's just I can't get to everything immediately or as fast as I can or I could.
Are they saying you're ignoring comments or something?
No, it's a text message from a friend of mine. We're like, I'm not. It's just give
Oh,
me
you
some
haven't. So you
time.
haven't. So they're
Please.
watching you because they want to see your beautiful face or something. Because it's not beautiful. There's
It is.
better things to
It
watch.
is. I am kind of handsome, Roman. You have to admit.
I'm not admitting anything.
Roman, you have a fan here. Diego is a fan of yours. I kind of.
I don't even know who Diego is.
He's the one that's always on your side.
I don't know who Diego is. I don't know.
Well, Diego Roman does have a Facebook page. It's called Roman Perez,
Mm.
and he has a Roman Perez show page.
I only post random stuff.
I'll stop by this.
Okay,
It's a,
cool.
it is beautiful compared to Roman. Yeah,
I
it's
I
true.
guess.
But,
Or I look horrible when I wake up in the morning. I didn't want to wake
to my
up.
to my friend
So,
sending the text, I am looking. I did do the search as you suggested that I do. It's just it's hard to pinpoint because I have so many Facebook pages and I have messengers and messages and WhatsApp. I cannot remember because one of the things that I was looking into was the Gallegos thing. And
mm,
I received a bunch of information in regards to the Gallegos crap, and I'm trying to find it because it's going to pop up very soon. The Gallegos case, I know it's because it hasn't been mentioned a lot. A lot of people have forgotten about it, but I haven't forgotten. It's just that there's just so much crap sometimes going on. And then I went through
mm.
a mental little crisis these past couple of months, so that didn't help. It didn't help me in any way. But this is one of the reasons why, and I've said this. I appreciate the fact that Roman still comes on despite me being crazy, and I appreciate the fact. Stop fighting. I appreciate the fact that Maggie has taken the lead in regards to BSC. I appreciate that. Now, if everyone thinks,
Not
well,
that it's accurate.
well, yeah,
you're
sometimes,
you're more accurate on stuff than
yeah,
she is.
yeah,
Let's be
again,
honest there. But
yeah,
then again, I don't know. Maybe she's more honest on stuff. Accurate,
yeah.
I should say.
Sometimes
Accurate.
she's a little bit on the cuckoo side, but I try to reel her back in.
But
Try to
maybe
reel
you can't because I mean, it's not like I want to see her stuff. It's just
I try to reel her back in. Trust me. But again,
that's great. Congratulations, somebody's trying to do
and to,
that.
and to truth be told, it's not a Maggie against Erasmo thing. I mean, at all. I don't see it that way. I appreciate everything
who
that.
who in their right mind sees that it's a Erasmo versus Maggie thing? Like, give me a
Yeah,
break.
and,
No.
and not to sound arrogant, but there's just no competition, guys. And, and, and again, there's nothing against Maggie, but I've been doing this for so long. I've been on the inside. I've gone to
Is
the
she still
FBI.
writing her dear John? I mean, dear Renee letters?
Yeah, which is great. It's great. It keeps a couple of people
It
happy.
sounds weird.
But
It
the
really does. And
problem
I
is
told her that it sounds weird. Like, dear
a little
Renee.
bit.
Like,
Yeah, a little bit. The problem is that these people, like, truth be told, were like, ah, ha, ha, we got, hey, like, you that's great. And again, nothing against Maggie. I don't want messages like, oh, are you dissing on Maggie again? Not dissing on Maggie. I love Maggie. And she knows this. I love Maggie. And we all have an important role here in the city of Brownsville, but I do not diminish someone by saying, "Oh well, Maggie's great and you're a piece of crap." Well, that's
I
fine.
want to
That could
make
be your,
sure.
that could be your opinion all you want. The pack was perfect to be used for graduation because of air conditioning. Um, yeah, no. And I'll explain the pack later on, but the way that the pack was supposed to work was never supposed to be for graduation. And I made that mistake actually.
Hmm.
I made that mistake when I first started to fight for the pack, but I got corrected very quickly. What are y'all girls talking about? You, your
That
haircut
is
is weird, Roman. Yeah, he's just Roman.
um, just Roman. I don't really care. The
I'll read it.
is Trooper told somehow butthurt because I say that her crop is not very accurate?
It
Are
might be
you
Maggie.
butthurt?
It actually might
Is
be
that
Maggie.
you, Maggie? Is that you? Are you butthurt? Oh, poor
Roman,
baby.
I got 9:45. Roman, thanks for coming
Really?
on.
It's not
Are
even
you gonna be?
9:45 yet. It's
I,
9:40.
well, I
Whatever.
have to be there at 9:45. Are you gonna be tonight on tonight?
Maybe I might.
Well, we'll talk about the Performing Arts Center, and I'll try to explain what the concept of the Performing Arts Center.
Again?
Well, yeah, because they're asking for it, and
Mm.
we'll talk about the sports park. I'm going to look for that article, Roman, where we lost those $50,000. It'd be interesting to talk about.
Boys
Roman,
to
have a great day,
man. Hey, all
guys.
right,
Have a
bye.
great
Take
day,
care.
guys.
Bye.
See y'all tonight, 9 p.m. God bless. Be good to each other. Continue to be. Bye.